Welcome into Lakota East High School. Paul Fritchner, Reed Mouse with you, and our producer Casey McCollister to our left for Week 9 of high school football action here in Southwest Ohio. Can't believe it is Week 9 already, and we're set for a good one. Lakota East and Oak Hills on senior night from Lakota East. Reed Mouse, great to be with you.
Yeah, it's going to be a great GMC battle between 2, 3, and 5 teams looking to trend right as they head to the postseason. Both these teams still fighting for a postseason spot in that extended playoffs that they extended a few years ago. But still, should be a good matchup between two teams. Senior night here for the Lakota East Thunderhawks.
Lakota East at 3-5 on the season, 3-4 overall in the conference play. Oak Hills 3-5 overall on the season, 2-5 in conference play as we get set to go here for tonight's game. Kicking off, as always, for Lakota East, it'll be Austin over there to our left.
Yeah, Big Texas, Austin Severfield. He's going to Ohio State University. Big time over there.
D1 prospect over to our left, and he will be kicking from left to right, which means Lakota East will get the ball to start the second half. Elias Wheeler is back deep to receive for Oak Hills. Wheeler gives way, and it is received at the 1-yard line. Returned by Jacob Day out to the right side, where he is gang tackled just past the 15 out to the 17-yard line.
Man, big athlete in Big Texas. I mean, he's a multiple sport athlete. He played basketball a few seasons ago. We actually talked to him before this game, and I said, hey, you going to play basketball this year? And he said he's going to go up to Ohio State. And I'll tell you what, maybe he might be kicking up there.
I'll tell you one thing, Reed. He's somebody that stands out. As soon as he walks out of the locker room, you know exactly where he is on the field at all times. Let's take a look at Jackson Schreiber, the senior quarterback, getting his first snap, and he throws out wide as a receiver out in the flat. Nice job there by Kyle Toon. Pass complete. Tackle made immediately by Draven Files. Pickup of 5 yards on the play for Oak Hills, and they'll be snapping the ball here from the left hash mark.
Pick up 5 yards on the play. It's 2nd and 5 from the 23-yard line for the Highlanders.
Second and 5 for Oak Hills. Schreiber, empty backfield. Comes out near side again, and again has the pass complete. That's Kyle Toon. On first down went to Toon, and on second down went to Toon as well. Kyle Toon, the senior wide receiver, 5'10", 185. Early on in this game, just a couple of plays in, Lakota East receiving, or rather kicking off the game's opening kickoff. We'll see 2 receivers out to the near side, 1 to the far right. Check over to the right side for Day. He has some space and some blocking. Day past the first down marker, out to the 44-yard line. Lakota East fans wanted a hold. They won't get it. And that's another first down for the Highlanders.
Yeah, they just gave Day some open space. That's this whole offense is they let Jackson Schreiber cook. They've got athletes on the perimeter. Get it out on the perimeter and let them guys make one man miss, and get some open space.
Oak Hills with just those 3 wins on the season. 3-5 overall. Mention that. Talk more about it here in a second. Another pass play for Schreiber in this offense, and this the first one that's incomplete. Looking over the middle of the field for Elias Wheeler. That was dropped, and it'll be 2nd and 10. But, Reed, I mentioned this 3-5 record. They hated the month of September. Hated it. Just couldn't get out of it fast enough. 0-5 in September. 3-0 outside of September. A win over Turpin and a win over Sycamore to start off their season in August. And then a win last week against your Hamilton Big Blue.
Yeah, it was a full program win last week. I think freshman won, JV won, and obviously the varsity won on a last-second touchdown. And they're riding high. Right. And if they can get a win here tonight, carry it over into week 10, and maybe go 5-5.
Right back to the line of scrimmage for the team's leading rusher, DeMar Parker. And this will bring up 3rd and long. In fact, it'll be 3rd and 10 from their own territory at the 44-yard line.
Yeah, 3rd and 10 here for Jackson Schreiber in this offense. And, you know, he's going to get his – I mean, obviously he's the quarterback, but every play is going to run through him. They're going to let him use his arm. This is a guy that's been running this offense for years now. Let's see if he can get a first down here.
3rd and 10. Shotgun pass here for Schreiber, going to step up. Still looking downfield, has a receiver, and the pass is complete to guess who? That's Jacob Day yet again. Already, I believe, the 4th catch and the 4th pass complete, I should say. Not all of them have been today, but that's the 4th completion already for Schreiber. You could see him there dancing around, thought maybe he's going to use the legs, but instead decided to flip it over for a first down.
No, just an excellent job of not only extending the play with your athleticism, but understanding where you're at on the field. He toes right up to the line of scrimmage, then just dumps one in open territory.
Pitch out left and brought down in the backfield is DeMar Parker. Good tackling there by Lakota East for a loss of 4 yards.
Yeah, give that tackle to the scout team. And what I mean by that is I formation, given a completely different look. This is something that Lakota East saw in the game film. Hey, when they on the short side of the field, they've got I formation. They're trying to get a helmet on a short side pitch, and they read it to perfection. This is something they've practiced all week, and it showed on the 4-yard loss.
2nd and 13. Give him 1 extra yard there. Schreiber passing again, going to come out left. That's the same type of pass we've seen time and time again to the same receiver, Kyle Toon. And that'll go for yet another Highlander first down.
Yeah, you get to the senior, and this is what Coach Roden, when he had Jackson Schreiber going in to this season, he said, listen, we've got the quarterback. Now we just got to get guys on the perimeter that can make men miss. That's what Kyle Toon provides this offense. Makes a man miss right there, out past the line of scrimmage, first down. And this Oak Hills team really turning a nice drive together.
Oak Hills got the ball first to start the game. They still have it. Keeper for Schreiber, and he'll run with it. And he'll just pick up a couple out to the 30-yard line. Gain of 3.
Yeah, that's that zone read, and he's reading that all the way. Saberfield didn't go after the running back, but Schreiber saw the hole open up right there off the guard, and they just got a 3-man front, and they're making it work.
It'll be 2nd and 7. Plenty of time on the play clock for Oak Hills to keep this drive going. Short field out to the left. Schreiber handing it off, and right up the middle goes Parker. Another nice run for the junior. DeMar Parker, the running back, 6 foot, 180 pounds. You can see him right here using some blocking and through that interior. Right up the gap in the middle of the field. Got a great block. That was Nazir Johnson right in the middle.
Yeah, nice pulling guard there on the interior of the line. That's the triple option that you might see from a shotgun offense. You know, 2 guys in the backfield with Schreiber, a pulling guard on the inside, and just giving multiple options for Schreiber. He gives it up right up the gut. It's a big game.
Sideline warning issued over here for the Thunderhawks. Not sure what was said or what happened there to spur that on, but either way, it's 3rd down and 1 for the Highlanders. Handoff, you get the first down and more as Parker runs through a defender and into the red zone.
Highlander ball carrier, number 8, DeMar Parker. Tackle for the Thunderhawks.
DeMar Parker,
11,
look at this.
Hezekiah
Setting up on the edge.
Play is good for Highlander.
Just as he has all night so far. Using his blocking, being physical, and running through for a first down. That was Ezekiel Hollyman on the tackle there for Lakota East. Rolling out right. Schreiber has a receiver. Pass complete. And stepping out of bounds was Kyle Toon. Otherwise, that may have gone for a touchdown.
This is, a clinic on how to run a spread offense. People think of a West Coast spread offense. They think of the big plays, going downfield. But no, it's a short game, just as a triple option, a wing T is. What you're doing is just creating enough space to get 3-4 yards every single time down the field. You spread out the defense, work up the middle. Once they pinch the middle, you go on the outside, and they are playing it to perfection.
Empty backfield, low snap. Schreiber picks it up. Looked like it may have been a designed run anyway, and he gets out near the first down marker. We'll see if they give him enough for a fresh set of downs. Looks like he came up a couple feet short.
L.J. Robinson.
Right at that marker, and they do give him the first down on the spot. So it's first and goal for Oak Hills on their opening drive of the game, a drive that is now going to be over 5 minutes long by the time all is said and done either way. Handoff. Just straight up the middle for a couple yards for DeMar Parker.
This is what I'm talking about. They're working both the perimeters and the inside. Two plays ago, they get on the out route, get 5 yards, and they go up the middle, back-to-back plays, getting yard by yard. Every single play is a positive play for Oak Hills right now. If you're Coach Roden, you've got to love what you're seeing, especially after a week like last week when you only had 120 yards of offense.
See it again, going out right, looking for the sticks, but that time nowhere to go. In fact, a loss of 3 on the play.
So we've seen that I formation on the short side of the field 3 times now, and 2 of them have been pitch plays. Right there, we saw it earlier, and both times they've ran that pitch play, swallowing it up. Lakota East was ready for that. I can't imagine Oak Hills going to that well too many more times this game.
Jacob Day, the ball carrier there. R.J. Miller trying to set a block for him, but got pushed off his feet. And that sets up a 3rd and goal situation from the 8-yard line. Schreiber looking to pass, has a wide open receiver, trying to get to the end zone, and just short is DeMar Parker, right inside the 2-yard line.
This is going to create quite the decision for Coach Roden. Great play there, just couldn't get in. Look at that nice tackle 2 yards out from the end zone, and it looks like Oak Hills is going to go for it. Jackson Schreiber was begging for it, beckoning Roden to keep the offense out on the field. Now let's see if it pays off.
Love this decision. DeMar Parker did not get it. Love the aggressiveness. But love that defensive stand as well from Lakota East. Did not pick up the first down. The interior holds strong, and all was for naught for Oak Hills.
Hindsight is 20/20, but I hate taking the ball out of your playmaker's hands there. 4th and goal, Jackson Schreiber's begging for it. He said, let's keep the offense on the field. They go to that I formation, and it hasn't worked to this point in the game. They go right up the gut. They've got a size disadvantage with Severfeld out there on the line. Big Texas out there. You can't hand the ball right up the gut. You got to give it to Jackson Schreiber and let him cook.
So now we're going to see Adam. I will make that mistake more than once tonight. This is Aiden Troutman leading this Lakota East offense, and Eric Davis, the leading rusher on this team by a wide margin, getting the call on first down. Eric Davis this season has carried the ball now 186 times for over 820 yards and 3 touchdowns.
He's their cowbell. This was a very successful team a season ago. I think they had 8 regular season wins, 8-2 season. And Eric Davis was the big back, right? He was the guy who got the big plays in this triple option. And now he's their bell cow. He's their fullback. They're going to keep giving the ball to him because he's their playmaker in this triple option.
He gets it again, and he turns his feet forward. It'll be 3rd and very short. About a yard for Lakota East. First time to talk about Lakota East tonight. 3-5 on the year, 3-4 in conference play. led by head coach Rick Haynes, as they have been for the last 13 years.
We had a varying success. Rick Haynes coming from Coleraine. We mentioned this in the pregame show. Kerry Combs, Tom Bolden, Rick Haynes. Those were the three heads over at Coleraine when they won their state championship. They brought him over to Lakota East, and he's had varying degrees of success, last year being one of the true big years that they've had recently. And now they've kind of had a struggle here coming back off that season. A lot of guys graduating, and they're just finding their footing as the season goes along. But they have an opportunity to win one here tonight and get in the postseason. And, you know, getting in a postseason dub is nothing to front on, even in a 16-team playoff. And that's what they're looking for.
Yeah, 16 teams make the postseason in Ohio this year.
Yeah, both these teams on the edge of making it. You know, I think there's 19 total teams that can make the postseason. I have a feeling that East is already in. Oak Hill's getting a big jump last week and beating Hamilton. Hamilton going down to Coleraine. That's another 3-5 team that gets a 2-6 team. Both those teams vying for a chance to make the postseason.
Over halfway gone in the first quarter. Third and about 1.5. 4:25 left in the first. See if Davis gets the call. It is Davis with the football, fighting for a first down and a few more yards. Drive stays alive for Lakota East. That's a tough one, Reed. If you go 3 and out on a drive like that after you got worn down and your defense finally has a chance to rest after a drive for Oak Hills that was well over 6 minutes.
Yeah, that's Oak Hills took a play out of Lakota East's playbook, controlling the game. Nice, long, methodical drive. And now Lakota East trying to flip that script. They want to keep their defense off the field, and they want to get some points on the board. So they just want to keep dwindling that clock down. They're going to take their time.
First time tonight that we have not seen Eric Davis get the ball.
Jason Sandahar with the keeper. Tackle for the Highlanders, number 5, R.J. Miller. Pickup of 6 yards on the play. It's 2nd and 4 for the Thunderhawks.
That's Jason Sandar in at quarterback, the sophomore tonight.
Yeah, taking over for Aiden Troutman. Letting the young guy get some plays.
There's Davis, biggest toll of the night. He's out across the 30-yard line, out to the 33.
Davis is that combination of speed and power. I mean, look at the way he hits this hole. Coming out of the backfield, fullback, got about 3 yards of steam. Hits it so quick, gets that second gear so quick, and he's a load. Takes 3 guys to bring him down. You understand why he's getting so many carries, especially early on in this game when his legs are still fresh. He's going to be a guy that is going to be tough to bring down.
Hand off again. No, they pitch it. I got fooled. And a trip up in the backfield. That was Ethan Evans that got the ball.
Yeah, first time that we've seen the triple option go through all 3 progressions. Ended up with Ethan Evans, and great play by Oak Hills. It becomes so cliche when you talk to teams as they head into a triple option offense. They say the same thing. We got to play responsibility football. Got to play responsibility football. That's the whole hallmark of the triple option. They're going to let you have an opportunity to tackle all 3 guys. They're just banking on the fact that you're not disciplined enough to stop it from happening.
Look like some movement from the Thunderhawks that'll likely back them up 5 yards.
So another hallmark of a triple option offense isn't just controlling the game. You got to stay ahead of the chains, right? Staying ahead of schedule. And when you take a false start, you're putting yourself behind the 8 ball. There's very little margin for, mistakes when you're running the triple option. You cannot put yourself in a well.
Under 2 minutes to play in the first quarter. Snap back. We're going to see the first pass of the night for Lakota East, and it's short and incomplete. That'll make it 3rd down and 15 for Lakota East.
And this is what you got to stay ahead of the chains, right? because you don't have much in your playbook to get those 15-yard plays. Not that any team at the high school level has those 15-yard plays. This is our chunk play when we get ourselves in a well. But you're a triple option team. You do one thing so very well. You have variations of it. But when it's 3rd and 15, you're just hoping that you can make a couple guys miss out on the perimeter.
That was only Sandhar's 17th attempt of the season. He's going to roll out left. Now come back, and this one is dropped coming across in the flat. That was Braden Reap right there.
For number 6, Braden Reap.
And Braden Reap unable to hold on. Will make it 4th down and very long, and it'll force a Thunderhawk punt. This one just needs to be caught. Likely would not have gone for a first down. They would have still had a lot of room to make up after the catch. Saw right there for Oak Hills. That was Max Rhodes right on it. Very good booming punt back to the 35-yard line. This will be returned, but just across the 40. About a 6-yard return for Oak Hills and Brady LaGreca.
Now it's Oak Hills' turn. They had the great drive, didn't end in points because they got stuffed at the goal line. Lakota East did a decent job at least getting their defense a little bit of a breather, 5-6 minutes of game clock. But now it's Oak Hills. They've got decent field position. Let's see if they can keep that offense rolling. It rolls through Jackson Schreiber. Let's see if Schreiber can march another efficient time down the field.
This drive starts on the left hash at the 43-yard line with 90 seconds exactly left here in this first quarter. Schreiber handing it off on first down. Good run up the left sideline for Jacob Day, and the senior picks up 8 yards. Actually, they're going to spot him short of midfield. I think he stepped out quicker than the VAR judge thought that he did. Looks like maybe he went out of bounds at the 49-yard line. That's exactly where they're going to spot it, which means that it's 2nd down and 4. Schreiber with 2 receivers each side. Keeps it himself, running up the middle, looking for the first down marker into Thunderhawk territory.
Yeah, got across midfield, and this is what frustrates you as you think back to that 4th and goal play once again. Is this is their guy, right? I mean, he's the straw that stirs the drink, and to take it out of his hands on 4th and goal.
Correction, the ball's at the 47-yard line. It's
It'll be just short
for the Highlanders.
See, the ball is about 6 inches short of that first down marker right at that yard line. 3rd and very short. Trying to get the first down. It's a first down and more. Another good run for a first for DeMar Parker. He's been so reliable tonight, and it's not going to take us down to the end of the quarter, but probably only going to see one more play here in this first quarter.
I'll tell you what, I'm impressed by this Highlanders team and how they've come ready to play. Coach Roden, infant in his coaching career down there at Oak Hills, that's a tough job. There's so many good teams down there on the west side of Cincinnati. It's hard to not lose people to the private schools or Colerain and Winton Woods. And Roden's got Jackson Schreiber at quarterback, guy with experience, and he's got these guys just playing good, sound football.
Schreiber takes a snap. He'll roll out right. Has room if he wants to keep it, but instead he passes and has a pass complete for a first down and much more. That's Luke Barkley on the reception.
Yeah, what happened there just as a whole to Lakota East? Schreiber could have taken it for 15 yards. He could have dumped it off to Day for 10, 15 yards. And then he gives it all the way down to Barkley for a 20-yard play. Just complete meltdown on the defensive side for the Thunderhawks.
Less than 10 seconds to go in the first quarter. Got out of bounds, so we'll see one more play here. And it'll be a handoff, and this will go straight down. DeMar Parker unable to get anywhere, just back to the line of scrimmage, and that'll do it for the first quarter. Scoreless, but Oak Hills is threatening. We'll take a break and be back for the second on Chatterbox Sports.
Time expires in the first quarter.
If your AC or furnace is struggling, turn to the experts at Bartels Heating and Cooling. Their certified technicians get the job done right the first time. And if you need a new unit, Bartels will give you upfront pricing with no hidden fees. Plus, ask about Bartels 0% interest financing for 60 months. Learn more at bartelsheatingandcooling.com. Bartels Heating and Cooling, for a comfortable way of life. Eli's Sports Bar and Grill, proudly sponsoring high school football with 3 locations in Mason, Liberty Township, and Ross, Ohio. Our 10-foot screens guarantee a great view from every seat in the house. Eli's Sports Bar and Grill, the best place in Cincinnati for sports, food, and fun. If your AC or furnace is struggling, turn to the experts at Bartels Heating and Cooling. Their certified technicians get the job done right the first time. And if you need a new unit, Bartels will give you upfront pricing with no hidden fees. Plus, ask about Bartels 0% interest financing for 60 months. Learn more at bartelsheatingandcooling.com. Bartels Heating and Cooling, for a comfortable way of life. Eli's Sports Bar and Grill, proudly sponsoring high school football with 3 locations in Mason, Liberty Township, and Ross, Ohio. Our 10-foot screens guarantee a great view from every seat in the house. Eli's Sports Bar and Grill, the best place in Cincinnati for sports, food, and fun.
Come back, music. Back here at Lakota East, and yet again, Oak Hills is threatening. Oak Hills, we saw them drive all the way down to the field to the 1-yard line on their opening drive of the game. This is just their second drive as we get started in the second quarter in a scoreless game. Now driving from left to right in those white jerseys with the red bottoms tonight.
Looks sharp.
Yeah, the cardinal red. Those pants rolling out right. Here's Schreiber, has room to run. And slips through 3 tackles, make it 4 inside the 2.
Yeah, 2 guys met him at the exact same time, and he slipped through. It looked like the guys were almost tackling each other. Look right here. Decides, hey, I'll tuck it right here. Boom. 2 guys running into one another. Schreiber just slippery as an eel as he gets down to the 2-yard line.
Cohen Reap and L.J. Robinson running into each other, trying to make that tackle. And yet again, we see Oak Hills inside the 5. Now, can they score this time as opposed to last time where they got stopped on 4th and goal from the 1? Handoff going right up the middle. That's Parker, and he's in. A touchdown for DeMar Parker, and Oak Hills takes the lead on the second play of the second quarter.
That's what they needed. You know, 2 drives now into this ball game for Oak Hills, and they are rolling. They came ready to play. This is a team, I think his knees might have been down before he got into the end zone, but no review up at the high school level, not even in the Greater Miami Conference. Regardless, 2 fantastic drives to start this game. Coach Roden had this team ready to rock.
Point to the Highlanders, number 34, Jordan Brogan with a hold, number 98.
Jordan Brogan on for the extra point. Snap a little high, and it gets away. Now a chance for Lakota East, but they're going to blow it dead.
No scooping scores on the PATs.
Extra point conversion is
Have
no
to be
good.
very transparent with you, Reed. Is that a new rule?
I have no idea.
I have never seen that before.
I thought they were.
I thought that was
a
going
free
back
ball
for Lakota East.
Yeah, 2 points.
Is
right?
that a new high school rule?
I do not know. We got to, you know what? Next season we'll take referee courses.
Leading into next August, Reed and I will sit in on some referee classes to make sure that we are up to date on any new rules and regulations, because quite honestly, that could be in for the last 7 years since I've been in high school, and maybe I've just never noticed. Maybe I've never seen a play like that for it to come up.
Well, sometimes they just make it up as they go along, too. I mean,
that's a good point.
But regardless, great start to the game by Oak Hills. You've shown that you can move the ball. Last week, you won a ball game, but you didn't see your offense really shine. 120 yards of total offense. You got the win regardless. This time, they've already topped 120 yards. They've had to have. I mean, just 2 drives, and they've taken it all the way down to the 1. The first drive got in the end zone there. Jackson Schreiber and the Highlanders look cooking. Now it's Lakota East's chance to answer back.
$11-17 left in the second quarter as Oak Hills gets set to kick it deep. Lakota East student section trying to rally their team back into this game. It's kicked deep, and it'll go back to Draven Files, who will return it from around the 10. Good gap for him out past the 25 to the 27-yard line.
Draven Files.
Lakota East blanked on their first offensive drive of the game. We'll see them out there for the second time, and you say to yourself, Paul, it's the second quarter. They've only had the ball now twice, but that's just the style of play for Lakota East. They run that triple option, clock goes down, and Oak Hills, 2 very long drives. This is now just the 4th drive of the game.
You know, that's why that first drive or the first goal line stand that Lakota East had, that first drive, is so crucial. You don't want to be down 2 scores as a triple option team. That's almost a death sentence. Now you've only down 6-0. You feel like you've been punched in the teeth. You got to get some offense rolling, and you got to answer back. You can't fall behind the 8 ball too much.
Eric Davis gets the ball on first down, runs it right up the middle for a gain of 4.
They pick up a 4 yards on the play. It's 2nd and 6, Thunderhawks.
2nd and 6 for Lakota East. Nice night here in Hamilton. 9 straight weeks. Or not in Hamilton, rather.
Liberty Township,
Liberty
Paul.
Township. Pass out left. The first pass complete. Tackle made immediately as Andy Vogelman made the catch.
Sandahar's pass is complete to number 19, Andy Vogelman.
Yet again, a 3rd down situation here for Lakota West.
Number 17, Greg Walker.
Or Lakota East. Boy,
It's
I'm
3rd and
0 for
1
2 in the last
Thunderhawks.
30 seconds.
And we're going to take that mic away here in a second.
Wrong township, wrong school. And that's the worst mistake to make.
You got to be running to the left side here. Let your Ohio State commit clear a hole.
They are going to run it left. That's a 1st down across the 40-yard line. Eric Davis picking up another. The genius Reed Mouse right on the call.
Well, I mean, you got an Ohio State commit playing left guard there. You got Eric Davis in the backfield, who's a horse. You're going to give it to him on 3rd and short and just say, all right, get us this 1st down. He does just that plus more. I don't have a tendency chart in front of me of this Lakota East offense, but I would be willing to bet that most of their plays run through number 72 on the left guard.
Davis again, a carry, and this time some more room. Down into Highlander territory, still on his feet before he's tackled at the 30-yard line.
So when people think of the triple option, they think the old phrase, 3 yards in a cloud of dust, 3 yards here, 3 yards here. Watch Eric Davis. He gets into that secondary, boom, gone. Speed, power. That's where the triple option is so deadly, is it wears on you. It just waits for its opportunity for you to make one fatal mistake. They did right there. Eric Davis off to the races, and they're down at the 30-yard line.
9 minutes left in the 2nd quarter. Davis gets the carry, and he dances forward for a pickup of 5 yards.
Eric Davis. The tackle for the Highlanders, number 97, Jimmy Breeze.
Clouds have started to roll in as the sun is set. Chillier night, but the wind not blowing nearly as badly as it was back around noon today when we were setting everything up for the Chatterbox Sports Game Day show.
Yeah,
Wind was whipping around.
A red flag warning, whatever that is.
What is that, Reed?
It is means that there might be conditions conducive to a fire.
In Ohio?
Low humidity
Reed.
and quite a bit of wind.
Tackle for the Highlanders, number 3.
Braden Reap there on the carry out left, losing some yards. Fire.
So this is 4-down territory for Lakota East. You're already well into their territory. You don't have to worry about giving up bad field position. So you're not trying to get it all here on one play.
3rd and 6. The give to Davis. Stays on his feet. Slips 2 tackles before he's brought down by 2 more defenders. Eric Davis with a Thunderhawk 1st down.
Watch this carry. You know, I'm going to rant and rave about number 1, E-Rock, Eric Davis. So tough to bring down. It takes 2 guys after he already evaded one would-be tackler. he's so tough to carry. You understand why he has the most attempts in the entire GMC.
Yeah, on this season, almost 200 carries. Might be right at that number. Came in at 185. About right. And inside the red zone.
And off area, number 3, Ethan.
Down to the 12-yard line.
Yeah, great job by Ethan Evans. You know, you pinch them in, and then they try to break it outside. All Ethan Evans has to do is shake one tackler. He does just that, and it's 1st and goal for the Thunderhawks. Coach Haynes talking to Ethan Evans. Man of few words, Coach Haynes is.
In his 13th year at the helm. Can the Thunderhawks punch it in? Davis gets a first down.
Number 1, Eric Davis.
And it'll be 1st and goal from the 5-yard line.
Number 3, Brody.
Now they need to punch it in. You challenge them if you're Coach Haynes. You're saying, hey, listen, we're down 6-0. We've been punched in the mouth here. Let's go get the lead. And that's exactly what they could do if they can get in the end zone.
Remember, it will be Lakota East football to start the second half. Crazy that we're already talking about starting the second half. It's only 7:36 here at Lakota East, but there's 6 minutes left and counting here in this first half. Davis getting the carry, and he'll take it right into the end zone. 4th touchdown of the year for Eric Davis, and he ties the game.
He's so good. I mean, he hits that hole so viciously, lowers his shoulder. It doesn't matter who's going to meet him at the hole. You got to need to bring some backup.
Tosses the ball back to the line of scrimmage. They're on to try and take the lead here with this extra point. Matt Herr on for the extra point. Bit of a high snap, but the kick is through the uprights. And it's 7-6, Lakota East. We'll step away, we'll take a break, and we'll be back after this.
If your AC or furnace is struggling, turn to the experts at Bartels Heating and Cooling. Their certified technicians get the job done right the first time. And if you need a new unit, Bartels will give you upfront pricing with no hidden fees. Plus, ask about Bartels 0% interest financing for 60 months. Learn more at bartelsheatingandcooling.com. Bartels Heating and Cooling, for a comfortable way of life. Eli's Sports Bar and Grill, proudly sponsoring high school football with 3 locations in Mason, Liberty Township, and Ross, Ohio. Our 10-foot screens guarantee a great view from every seat in the house. Eli's Sports Bar and Grill, the best place in Cincinnati for sports, food, and fun. If your AC or furnace is struggling, turn to the experts at Bartels Heating and Cooling. Their certified technicians get the job done right the first time. And if you need a new unit, Bartels will give you upfront pricing with no hidden fees. Plus, ask about Bartels 0% interest financing for 60 months. Learn more at bartelsheatingandcooling.com. Bartels Heating and Cooling, for a comfortable way of life. Eli's Sports Bar and Grill, proudly sponsoring high school football with 3 locations in Mason, Liberty Township, and Ross, Ohio. Our 10-foot screens guarantee a great view from every seat in the house. Eli's Sports Bar and Grill, the best place in Cincinnati for sports, food, and fun.
7-6, Lakota East after a touchdown from the Thunderhawks. And now we'll see Severfeld knock this one deep. Oh, and just squib it across the ground. It rolls, and it's picked up at the 25-yard line before a pretty quick tackle from Lakota East.
Severfeld's kickoff field by number 27 for the Highlanders. Brady.
All right, Oak Hills. Now it's your time to challenge. You feel like you've played the better game to this point, and they have. The only thing they haven't done is get that PAT and get in that end zone. 2 plays are why you're currently losing 7-6. Now you've got a chance to get a score before halftime, take the lead. It is East ball coming out of the break, so desperate to get some points on the board.
Yeah, in Oak Hill's mind, you're feeling like it probably should be 14-7 right now. after they get plugged at the 1 yard line and then miss the extra point after they finally do score a touchdown. Nice run on first down on the keeper there. That was Jackson Schreiber again, making things happen with his feet.
I mean, he's been at the helm for a few years now. I don't know if he's been a 3-year starter or a 4-year starter, but he's someone that they've looked to, hey, when he's a senior, he's going to be something special. And he's shown that to this point of the season. He's playing a great game to this point. Very few mistakes. He just sees the field oh so well, both throwing and running.
And as crazy as it is to say, with 5 minutes to go in this half, you got to have a little bit of pace if you're Oak Hills. They haven't moved the ball particularly quickly tonight. Maybe looking for a chunk play as Schreiber rolls out left and then just throws it away.
Yeah, I don't think if you're really trying to work with some pace just yet. When it gets below 3 minutes, 2.5 minutes, then you could start picking it up. But for right now, you're trying to limit East's chance to get a 2-for-1.
Yeah, East will get the ball to start the second half, and see how the Highlanders respond here after that first down play. Nice decision by Schreiber to roll out left and just get rid of it.
Just to show you how well Oak Hills has moved the ball offensively. That's one of the few times that they haven't got positive gain on a play.
Trying again, going to go out left to Jacob Day. Makes the catch and then runs for a couple more.
Number 1, Jacob Day. So stop for the Thunderhawks, number 48.
It'll be third down for the visitors. And about 4 yards to the sticks, which are right at midfield.
It's 3rd and 4 for the Highlanders from the 46-yard line.
Big third down for both teams. You know, East is looking, hey, this is a chance for a 2-for-1 if we can get a stop here. You know, if you're East, you might have even considered calling a timeout. 4.5 minutes, you probably want to keep them. You've only got 2 left. You had to burn one on your first drive. Just got to get a big stop here if you're the Thunderhawks.
3rd and 4 from the 46-yard line. Snap back. Throw out left. Has the first down. A good catch out there from Kyle Toon, somebody we haven't called too much of in this last drive after a hot start to the game for the wide receiver, senior.
Yeah, we haven't called him too much recently, but he's a name that we call when they need a big play, right?
Yeah.
3rd and short, and they call on Toon's number.
Had the first few catches of the game. Ball spotted at midfield. .408 left in the first half. Senior day here at Lakota East. Handoff on first down.
Highlander ball carrier number 8, Lamar Parker.
Well into Thunderhawk territory. Carry for DeMar Parker.
The 7-yard pickup.
I'm telling you, Oak Hills, every play, it's been few and far between the plays that haven't not only gone positive, but positive for big chunks for this Highlanders team.
Gain of 7, it'll be 2nd and 3. Looking right down the line of scrimmage here. Great vantage point for this second down play. Schreiber giving it off on second down to Day. Slips a tackle and then gets a first down out of bounds.
Yeah, Big Texas had this play blown up in the backfield, but Day just shaken out of danger and getting past big number 72. Look at him right here, just shaking right past. They made Big Texas make a decision between him and Schreiber, and he chose wrong.
Oak Hills trailing by 1 because of the extra point. High snap, got away from the holder. Rolling out to his left, Schreiber, right-handed passer, throwing it up down the field, and that's out of play. Well out of play over to the track. That makes it 2nd and 10 for Oak Hills from the 38-yard line. 3:16 to go.
Still plenty of time
in the second quarter.
They've got 3 timeouts to burn. You're in no rush if you're Oak Hills. You want to limit any opportunity for East to get any more points on the board in this half. You're in control of this ball. You're in control of the ball game.
2nd and 10, bit of a low snap. Hand off to Parker up the middle, and he's stuffed for a gain of 2.
Highlander ball carrier, number 8, Jamar Parker, with a tackle for the Thunderhawks, number 34.
Jamar Parker keeps getting his name called on those carries, and that one pretty well handled by Lakota East.
2 down territory here for Oak Hills.
Yeah, I'd agree with you on that one. In this situation, you don't want to punt it from the 31, 32-yard line, but too far for a field goal.
Well, I think everyone knows it's 2 down territory. So, you know what? I might look somewhere down deep, trying to catch East, trying to catch the mid game.
That's exactly what they're going to do. Taking it down the right side, and it is incomplete. Good call on that one, Reed.
Just on it tonight. And Jackson Schreiber threw a nice ball, just well defended by Lakota East. And it really did feel like that was an opportunity for them to take a heave-ho downfield. Now, it is a little surprising to see the punt unit come on out here. They don't want to give East any shot to go for it. And what a mixed signal here from Coach Roden. You go for it on 4th and goal early in the ball game, but you're punting here.
End over end. And this will skip down inside the 5 and into the end zone.
Nothing you can do there if you're Oak Hills. You shallow a punt, it just hit right on the end and rocketed towards the end zone for a touchback.
So now you have 2 minutes and 16 seconds remaining in the first half. And Lakota East has a chance, if they want, depending on how fast they move here in that triple option offense, hurry their way down the field, score, and then score again to open the second half.
2 minutes, 16 seconds, 2 timeouts at your disposal. What can you do? This is where, if you have any gadget plays in the playbook, you might throw them out here early on just to see if you can get downfield and really start to have a shot at putting some points on the board.
Coming out left on 1st down, and it looked like the ball carrier there lost his footing. That was R.J. Miller. Rather, it was Ethan Ritter losing his footing.
Yeah, nice play there by Oak Hills. You know, just what I said. Lakota East is going to throw some gadget plays at them, something just unique. And they had a lot of misdirection there, but one thing you can always look for when guarding against a primarily run offense is watch where the guards are going. Sieberfeld came to the left side, and that's where the ball went.
And off to Davis. That goes up the middle for a gain of about 3. It'll be 3rd down, but a timeout taken by Oak Hills. Smart timeout by Oak Hills. They had 3 remaining, because now you get a stop on 3rd down, and all of a sudden you can get the ball back with only a few seconds having gone off the clock. But you're going to have to get a stop here on 3rd down.
Yeah, they want to get the ball back, right? I mean, they're gonna stop here, use another timeout, have 90 seconds. They've got the right offense to move the ball downfield. They want another possession.
See this last play one more time. Davis trying to use some blocking, but clearly East not being all that aggressive, trying to throw the football.
If you're East, you got to run the ball here. And I know that's what they're probably going to do anyways, considering they only pass about 10 times a game. But you've got to make Oak Hills burn another timeout at the very least. And this is what you like to do. This is your bread and butter, the run game.
1st down would almost surely send us into the half. Here's a carry for Davis. It'll be very close. He spins, leaps to the pile, and he may have gotten there. That second effort, that leap, may have given East a fresh set of downs.
Cooper Harrison.
Yeah, they'll stop the clock regardless. and they'll move the chains.
Play is good for Thunderhawks. First down.
It's a great play there by Davis, just keeping his legs churning.
I'm a little surprised, quite honestly, Reed, that they didn't measure that. But they give him the first down. They carry again for, no, they flip it out right, and almost a disaster of a play. Owen McChristian hangs on to that one. If he gets blown up, that's a live ball and probably 6 points for Oak Hills. Watch this.
Yeah. Great job there by Green, just keeping his fingertips on it. But, man, Sandhar, you know, you're young in the triple option. The one thing they preach, and because it happens so often to young quarterbacks in the triple, is you gotta take care of the ball. And it's the mesh point with the fullback that can create a fumble. It's the pitch on the perimeter that we just saw right there. You throw it behind him, it gets past him. Next thing you know, you're giving Oak Hills the ball with 40 seconds left and in your own territory. You gotta maintain control of the ball. I will say this, interesting timeout by Oak Hills right there. They want the ball back.
They very clearly want the ball back as we're sitting here with, 41.9. I thought for a second that said 4 minutes and 19 seconds, and I'm thinking to myself, since when did we add 2 minutes back onto the clock? No. 41.9. We play with the decimal here at East. So if you're East, you're hoping that Davis can break off a big run. Only one timeout left for Oak Hills. Davis gets 2. And there's the final timeout.
What's interesting is it's third down, so they can run a play here, and the most they'll get back is 5 seconds.
Yeah, and you're hoping, if you are Oak Hills, that honestly something goes wrong. I don't know the strategy of that one.
Precarious, for sure.
Yeah, I don't know if you are Oak Hills, besides hoping that maybe something would go wrong on the punt. But Oak Hills, unless there is a turnover on this play, won't be able to run an offensive snap in this half. 3rd and about 8. This play could effectively end the half. Hand off to Davis, right up the middle. And he'll scoot his way over the 35 to the 36. It'll be 4th down. And Lakota East will just take this one into the half. A low-scoring affair, just as we thought it would be. Lakota East up 7-6 on Oak Hills as we end the first half. We'll be back for the second half on Chatterbox Sports.
If your AC or furnace is struggling, turn to the experts at Bartels Heating and Cooling. Their certified technicians get the job done right the first time. And if you need a new unit, Bartels will give you upfront pricing with no hidden fees. Plus, ask about Bartels 0% interest financing for 60 months. Learn more at bartelsheatingandcooling.com. Bartels Heating and Cooling, for a comfortable way of life. Eli's Sports Bar and Grill, proudly sponsoring high school football with 3 locations in Mason, Liberty Township, and Ross, Ohio. Our 10-foot screens guarantee a great view from every seat in the house. Eli's Sports Bar and Grill, the best place in Cincinnati for sports, food, and fun.
Second half here from Lakota East. Paul Fritchner, Reed Mouse with you. Casey McCollister to our left. And it is the narrowest of margins right now for Lakota East. A 1-point lead. Frankly, this game probably should be tied. It was a botched extra point for Oak Hills. That's the difference in this game. It was a quick-moving first half, but about a half-hour halftime show because it's senior night here at Lakota East tonight. So we'll see how this second half plays out. It will be Lakota East football to get us started here in the second half. But Reed, as we bring you in here for the second half, saw some offense at times from both teams in the first half, but also the defense standing tall at times as well.
Well, I saw Oak Hills. They moved the ball pretty much every time that they had it. I think they had a punt because it got 4th and 7. They took a shot down deep on that final drive, and then they got stopped at the goal line. Other than that, they moved the ball. Honestly, if you're Oak Hills, you got to feel a little disgruntled going into that locker room. You felt like you played a much better half of football than Lakota East, and you look up at the scoreboard, you're down 1. Vice versa, East, you're tickled pink. You're getting the ball, you've got the lead, and you feel like you have so much more room to grow.
Vogelman from the 2-yard line is tackled at the 18. A nice job there on that kick return by the special teams unit.
So here we go, East. You have a 1-point lead. Can you add on to it? You didn't have they had 3 possessions in the first half. Only one where they actually moved the ball. Here's a chance to start the second half off on the right foot. You go in the locker room and you draw up 10 plays. You say, this is what we want to accomplish here in the second half. Let's see how those 10 plays work out.
I think that's a great point, Reed. They only had the ball 3 times in those first 24 minutes of action. Possessions are at a minimum. The triple option from Lakota East. Here we go for the first play of the second half. It's Davis with the carry up the middle. And what do you know? It's another nice run for the running back for East.
Yeah, you look at the stat sheet getting up. You know, you and me, we're preparing for this game. We're looking at the stat sheet and we see Eric Davis, 185 attempts through 8 games. This is their bell cow. And you see why. The proof's in the pudding out there on the turf. He is tough to bring down.
2nd and 2 right now for Lakota East. And that's going to draw a flag. Davis jumping before the snap. Mistimed. That'll back him up 5 yards.
False start on the offense.
You know, we talked about this in the first half. I'll bring it up again. You run the triple option. There's 2 things that you cannot do. You cannot shoot yourself in the foot. That goes for all teams, but double for a team that really likes to get the 3-4 yard gains and move more methodically and meticulously. Secondly, you can't turn the ball over. They haven't done that yet. We've seen a few scares with the sophomore quarterback under center.
Here's Davis again on 2nd down, and got to go for a pickup of about 3 or 4 yards, depending on where the ball gets spotted.
Number 10, Max Rhodes.
Max Rhodes there on the tackle.
Typically, when you run these triple option teams, you watch the guards, right? You're playing linebacker. That's who you're looking at. Where are these guards going? That's where the ball's going to go. Honestly, you could just look for number 1 back there because they're going to hand the ball off to Eric Davis pretty much every time.
3rd and 2. The Thunderhawks have been pretty good on first down tonight. Sandar under center. Handing it off to Davis. Spinning through 1 tackle. It'll depend on the spot.
Ball carrier Eric Davis.
Looks like forward progress may have gotten him a fresh set of downs. Still waiting to see. This may take a measurement. It's 4th down right now in inches, but they're going to ask for the chains. Have our first check of the night. It'll be very close. Oh, so close. Inches short for East. And you can hear the crowd asking East to go
Just
for
the
it.
Ball just short. It's fourth down.
Eric
Thunderhawks.
Davis gets you those yards. The danger if you go for it and you don't get it. Obviously, Oak Hills with fantastic starting field position at the 28-yard line.
You got to ask yourself one question if you're Rick Haynes. Number one out there, Eric Davis. You think he can get a few inches? Because that's who's getting this ball. And it's probably going to go to the left side of the line. If I had
exactly right. Following the left guard. Oh, and
no.
that will wipe it off. A false start on Nick Fritchie will wipe off.
On the offense. False start. 5-yard penalty. It'll remain fourth down.
Nick Fritchie on the false start wipes off what potentially could have been a run for a first down for Eric Davis.
Well, that makes that decision a lot easier.
Back deep for the Highlanders, number 27. Brady
Here's the punt.
Lagreka.
A high punt into the wind, but it stops dead, and it's going to take a very nice bounce and end up as only about a 7-yard punt. That was a very good bounce for Oak Hills. And in the end,
yeah, you saw Big Texas there, but he's done a good job. He's got a big leg, right?
Yep.
And you just saw him drop it a little too high. His foot gets cuffed up, and that's where it just tends to go up in the air. The wind has quieted down just a bit. I mean, that thing was a booming kick straight up into the sky. He just didn't get enough, didn't get that right angle to push it down the field.
first drive of the second half for Oak Hills is going to start with 9:44 left in the third quarter. And it'll start from the east 32-yard line. Schreiber passing on first down. Rolling out right, trying to evade a sack. Stepping up, and he falls down. He lost his footing. Oh, what a disaster for Oak Hills all the way to the 48-yard line.
Jackson Schreiber goes down in the backfield.
This is going to be second down and almost 30 yards.
Yeah, they were trying downfield. They were tired of these little dinks and dimes. They're trying something downfield. Schreiber just trying to do too much outside of the pocket. Gets eaten up by the turf monster, falls down, and after getting fantastic field position, you lost 15 yards on the first play. Not what the doctor ordered.
See our first injury of the night. That is an East player down. And we are going to step away and take a break. We'll be back in just a minute.
If your AC or furnace is struggling, turn to the experts at Bartels Heating and Cooling. Their certified technicians get the job done right the first time. And if you need a new unit, Bartels will give you upfront pricing with no hidden fees. Plus, ask about Bartels 0% interest financing for 60 months. Learn more at bartelsheatingandcooling.com. Bartels Heating and Cooling, for a comfortable way of life. Eli's Sports Bar and Grill, proudly sponsoring high school football with 3 locations in Mason, Liberty Township, and Ross, Ohio. Our 10-foot screens guarantee a great view from every seat in the house. Eli's Sports Bar and Grill.
Snap back on the second and might go for a first down. It won't, but it'll be very close.
Pass is complete to number 13, Kyle.
That was Kyle Toon on the outside.
What about that answer? You give it out to Toon, and what do we know? We're calling Toon's name again after a big play. You know, you lose 15 on the first play. Then you just say, all right, Toon, you're our playmaker. Here's some open space. Get us some yards. Third and short. You know, that's the answer back.
Schreiber on third down from the 28-yard line. Schreiber looking to pass again, going to go out left. That's right at the first down marker. Pass was complete. Nice completion out to Jacob Day, who called his name a lot in the first half. And that's enough for a Highlander first down.
Look at this ball from Schreiber. A lot of zip on it, getting it to Day right in stride, getting that first down. Just a beautiful ball there from Jackson Schreiber.
Fresh set of downs for Oak Hills. Starting this one from the 22. Left hash, keeper for Schreiber. And guess who?
Big Texas.
Highlander ball carrier Jackson Schreiber.
Yeah, that's Big Texas learning from the mistakes. We saw him do that earlier. He stays home on Schreiber. And that's exactly what you want to do. That's a bad read from Schreiber. You're supposed to give it when the D end is coming off the edge and staying home on that zone read. He takes it himself, and just a beautiful job by Big Texas in the backfield.
2nd and 9 now for Oak Hills. Pass back behind the line of scrimmage today. Looking for some room out to the edge. And he's pushed out of bounds.
For the Highlanders, ball carrier Jacob Day.
Decent pickup there for Jacob Day. It'll make it 3rd and much more manageable.
Yeah, nice job of extending the field. They have the open side of the field. They're on the left hash mark. They're getting it to a guy with some speed, putting a few blockers in front of him on that flat screen, and letting Day work.
8:03 left in this 3rd quarter. More methodical start to this 3rd quarter. Three receivers out left. Schreiber keeping it, trying to get a block, looking for the edge. Stunner steps, reaches his arm out, short of the goal line, but it'll be 1st and goal.
That's when you take it on that zone read play by Schreiber. We saw Sieverfeld earlier stay home on his assignment. Look, right there. DN chases the running back, thinks he gives it off. Schreiber keeping it himself. Beautiful read on the zone read play.
Andy Vogelman with the nice tackle to save a touchdown. 1st and goal. Oak Hills trying to retake the lead. They had it at 6-0 in the first half. Parker off the right shoulder. Rolling out. And a pass is complete, and that's a touchdown for the lead. Great look there for Luke Barkley, and a touchdown for Oak Hills.
Watch this pass from Schreiber. We talked about the ball he gave today earlier. Right here, rolling out to the right side, play, action play, thread in the needle. Great pass there from Schreiber. Oak Hills, for the first time in this ball game, have the lead, and they feel like they should deserve it, right? They've been up this entire time.
Not sure why they're not going for 2 here in this situation. Put you up by a touchdown. Going to kick the extra point. And it's 13-7.
Extra point is good. Score stands Oak Hills Highlanders 13, Lakota Thunderhawks 7.
Great answer there by Oak Hills, and utilizing just the bad punt by Lakota East to start this 2nd half.
Now we'll see as Lakota East have to come back from down 6 points again, but we saw them in the first half do just that. Both teams looking for their 4th win of the season.
Yeah, we talked about this in the pregame. You know, there's 3-4 teams at the top of the GMC, and then the rest of them all sitting at 2-6, 3-5. I think there's I believe there's exactly 5 teams either at 3-5 or 2-6. These 2 3-5 teams vying for superiority. Cole Rains hosting Hamilton, a 2-6 team versus a 3-5 team.
Files and Vogelman back to receive. This will go over to Files. He'll receive again, and that'll go into the end zone for a touchback.
All right. Here's your chance to answer back if you're Lakota East. You did it already in this game. Can you do it again?
7:23 to go in the 3rd quarter. Temperature starting to dip as the sun is set. Sun is long since set here at Lakota East. Just past the 8:30 hour here in Cincinnati. Motion and a give. And a good carry on first down. That's Braden Reap on the carry.
Good start to the drive. I mean, that's staying ahead of the chains. They're getting it away from number 1.
Cooper Harrison.
Big gain there on the first down.
It's one of the things we've seen Lakota West, or rather, Lakota East do pretty well tonight. Start the drives off. They've also done decently well on third downs. Here's a carry right up the middle. Dancing through is Davis out across the 40-yard line to the 41. And it's a gain of 13 yards.
Tell you what, if number 1's got the rock, you better bring backup to the tackle. He's already shed so many tacklers. There's 1, 2, 3. Took the third man to bring him down, and he gained some yards falling forward afterwards.
Davis has had a real impressive game tonight. Has that 1 touchdown for Lakota East. Man in motion, and the give to Ethan Evans out to the edge. There is a flag on the play.
Yeah, there's going to be holding on that far side.
Ethan Evans. There is a penalty flag on the field.
Backing him back up.
Official out there to make the call.
We got holding on the offense. Number 9. 10 yards from the spot.
Draven Files
First down.
called for the hold. So that wipes off a decent gain for Lakota East. Backs up the Thunderhawks all the way to the 32-yard line. The first down marker is at the Oak Hills 49. First and 19 after the hold. Hand off to Davis. And a shorter run for Davis this time. And think about, you say it's a shorter run. He still was able to pick up 5 yards.
Second, I mean, 2 drives in, and it's penalties that are pushing back Lakota East, not their actual plays. They're moving the ball forward. They just can't get out of their own way. Now you got to figure out, all right, how do we get 13 yards on these, or 14 yards on these next 2 plays to keep the chains moving? Well, it starts right here with a 5-6 yard gain to just give yourself a chance.
Passing for the first time in the second half, a wobbly pass that is nearly intercepted. There were 4 different Oak Hills players in the middle of the field, but it dropped to the ground harmlessly.
Yeah, that's big for Lakota East, honestly. They're the ones who got away on the right side of that one. A wobbly pass. You'll see it right here. First time that we've really seen the sophomore drop back and just wobbly right out of the hand. 4 defenders right there. When you're in a triple option, and when you have a sophomore quarterback, you really limit. There's not a whole lot of progressions, right? You're telling them, hey, this is the one guy we want you to throw to. And it just wasn't open there.
Third down and very long. 3rd and 14 with about 5 minutes left. They're going to pass, take a shot down the middle of the field into triple coverage, and it is caught. It is caught in the middle of the field. What a reception by Andy Vogelman.
Yeah, Vogelman actually had his man beat. So watch this pass one more. Sandbar drops back, wobbling just a little bit, and this is where the wind starts to take it as it starts teetering and tottering. Vogelman coming underneath it, and a big play for Lakota East. Chance to answer back, and a fresh set of downs.
Far and away the longest pass that Sandar has completed this season. Prior to that one, it was 18 yards. That's the longest pass for a Lakota East player this season. Aiden Troutman had thrown a 30-yard pass earlier this year. But that one moving the sticks into Oak Hills territory with 4:18 and counting left in the third quarter. Pick up a 3 there on first down. And that is some serious energy for Lakota East that they needed. And a fumble on the snap, and a good job by Sandhart to just pick it up and fall on it. This again, Reed will make it a third and very long situation. Not doing themselves any favors on this drive in that regard.
They just keep getting in their way. Sandbar really from the get-go didn't have a good handle on that snap. He was lucky to fall on it, to be quite honest.
Yeah, between the penalties and now that fumble, you're backed up beyond the sticks on third down. 3rd and 12. Does he have it in him again? This time it'll be a give, and it won't go for a first down, and you're sort of in no man's land right now if you're Lakota East. You're not going to kick a field goal from this distance. Likely not. It'd be a tough decision to punt it from the 31-yard line.
They've got to go for it. It's just, what do you have in your playbook to get 9 yards if you're Lakota East?
Eric Davis.
Yeah, just give it to him and pray. Look at this.
Davis off the right shoulder. It's going to be a pass looking back left, and it is intercepted. It is intercepted after the drop. An interception for R.J. Miller, and Oak Hills gets the ball back. That was almost a first down.
So watch this play. Everyone goes right except for Justin Green, who drags underneath wide open. Would have had the first down. Sandhar just threw a missile, and Green couldn't bring it in. And a big turnover for Oak Hills. Honestly, it might have hurt them in field position.
Yeah. That was would have only been the 4th catch on the season for Justin Green. Senior sees it go through his hands, and now it's Oak Hills football here to start this drive. The helmet comes flying off as he gets backed up. He may have gotten to the line of scrimmage or lost a yard.
Number 73, Aiden Ciravel.
Good keeper, but unable to push it forward.
So here's where Oak Hills, you've moved the ball with success every time. Can you add on to your lead?
Yeah, 2 minutes left in this third quarter. Schreiber looking to pass, going left, and it is dropped. Incomplete. It'll make it 3rd and 10.
The amount of drops we've seen in this game is staggering by both sides. We just saw one right there, a lot on the east side.
Coverage for the Thunderhawks, number 48, Jake.
But man, does Schreiber throw a good ball.
3rd down, Highlanders.
3rd and 10 for the Highlanders. The first down markers at the 38-yard line. See what they have to draw up in this situation. Looking left, and the pass is incomplete, broken up. Great defensive play by Draven Files on the corner, and it'll be 4th down and a punt for the visitors.
Another good pass by Schreiber, just defended well by East. He threads the needle, just doesn't bring it in on the sideline. A drop and a well-defended ball. Next thing you know, Oak Hills punting for the 2nd time in the ballgame.
Kyle Toon out there could not make the catch. We'll see a punt. And this is a short punt, and it's going to bounce in favor of Oak Hills, but it'll barely get to the 49-yard line. And all of a sudden, Lakota East will take over in Oak Hills territory.
2 punts from Oak Hills, neither one going well. They really needed to flip the script, flip the field position.
Line is 1st and 10 for the
now East drain some time off that clock, but more importantly, they need to start marching down this field and regain the lead.
97 seconds left in the third quarter. This drive starts at the 49-yard line. Flip backwards and room to run, tripped up. Good defensive play. As we saw Ethan Evans on the run out there to the right.
Stopped on the play by number 3 for the Highlanders, Brody 2.
And now a
Second down
player is down for Lakota East. We'll take a look out. That is the quarterback. That is Jay-Sean Sandhar. That is down at the 46-yard line. So we'll step away, take a break, and be back in just a minute.
If your AC or furnace is struggling, turn to the experts at Bartels Heating and Cooling. Their certified technicians get the job done right the first time. And if you need a new unit, Bartels will give you upfront pricing with no hidden fees. Plus, ask about Bartels 0% interest financing for 60 months. Learn more at bartelsheatingandcooling.com. Bartels Heating and Cooling, for a comfortable way of life. Eli's Sports Bar and Grill, proudly sponsoring high school football with 3 locations in Mason, Liberty Township, and Ross, Ohio. Our 10-foot screens guarantee a great view from every seat in the house. Eli's Sports Bar and Grill, the best place in Cincinnati for sports, food, and fun.
Sandhar still down around midfield. I did not see where he went down on the play. I don't know if we have a replay of it as Sandhar is now to his feet but being helped off. Don't think we have a good look from our vantage point of what happened on that last play, and Sandhar will have to come off, so we'll see who gets inserted here.
I think it was number 25, Nick Miller, a sophomore running back who was taking some snaps, working on that mesh point with Eric Davis and getting snaps.
We'll see who goes under center as Sandhar still is walking off down to the left side of the field. Going out there to line up, it's Nick Miller. Not listed as a quarterback on this roster. You have to wonder what happened to Troutman. Miller under center, hands the ball off on second down, and that one will come up short of a first down for Eric Davis. As again, now we go under a minute to play in the third quarter.
Eric Davis.
If you thought that we were seeing a lot of Eric Davis rushes beforehand, now with a third-string quarterback in there, we're going to see a lot of number 1. Old Uno. The playbook, which was already limited coming into this game, is going to get even smaller with the third string.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This could be the last play of the third quarter. 20 seconds on the play clock. 37 seconds left on the game clock. Third down and inches. Hand off. That goes to Davis. It'll be very close. It'll depend on the spot. But I'm not sure if he got there. Tough to see from our angle. And it looks like he was short by about half a yard. He's short. They don't even need to measure it. He's short by a half a yard. Do you try it again?
You got to. You got number 1. Good field position. You got to do it.
And you can see the coaching staff talking to Nick Miller and telling him that he needs to be more decisive handing the ball off. Get that ball to Davis as fast as you can. We're going to step away, take a break, be back for the final quarter from Lakota East.
If your AC or furnace is struggling, turn to the experts at Bartels Heating and Cooling. Their certified technicians get the job done right the first time. And if you need a new unit, Bartels will give you upfront pricing with no hidden fees. Plus, ask about Bartels 0% interest financing for 60 months. Learn more at bartelsheatingandcooling.com. Bartels Heating and Cooling, for a comfortable way of life. Eli's Sports Bar and Grill, proudly sponsoring high school football with 3 locations in Mason, Liberty Township, and Ross, Ohio. Our 10-foot screens guarantee a great view from every seat in the house. Eli's Sports Bar and Grill, the best place in Cincinnati for sports, food, and fun.
To all who participated, and go Hawks.
Back for the start of the fourth quarter, 13-7. Oak Hill's up by 6, and a fourth down decision that could shape this game. They're going to go for it.
If I was a betting man, I'm going to say number 1's going to get the rock.
Davis Gets the ball and a first down and a lot more, pushing the pile down inside the 35-yard line.
Third and short. The play before that, you realize you got two chances for Eric Davis to get that first down. Didn't get it the first time, but he got it on the second time and some more. Took down 4 men to hold him up.
.11:36 and counting. Lakota East needs a touchdown. Finding Davis. And I think, like you said, Reed, that's just going to be what we see from here on out. Davis, and more Davis.
Well, when you're a play caller, there's a big word that you use. It's trust. And who do you trust out there? Third-string quarterback or the guy who you've already handed the ball off to 200 times this year. That is a 1,000-yard rusher a season ago, well on his way to be a 1,000-yard rusher this year.
Yeah, we don't have the stats, but there's a chance he could cross that threshold tonight. Offensive line getting set. Davis getting the ball and getting some blocks.
Ooh, nice play.
And the tackle helped him. Maybe gain another yard down to the 25-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 2.
Yeah, that outside linebacker, Luke Barkley, did a really nice job. Look at him. Gets his arms on him and spins Eric Davis around. Doesn't let him keep churning. Great job by Barkley holding on to number 1.
3rd and 2. Davis gets the snap, and he will not get there.
So they went shotgun. That's what worked for them on 2nd down. The shotgun handoff, just a zone read. But Oak Hills snuffed it out on 3rd down. Now you've got to go under center, I think, and give the ball off to Eric Davis, see if he can get 2 yards.
I think that's no doubt what you're going to have to do.
I don't know, 2 yards is a lot.
You're still sort of in no man's land, though, Reed.
Well, they're going to go for it. I'm just saying.
I thought you were trying to say that they wanted to kick a field goal.
No, I'm saying between giving the ball to Eric Davis, I think they're going to have to expand that offense a little bit and see if they can run a true triple option here.
Miller under center, Davis behind him. Davis gets the ball, and that's a first down and a lot more.
Get off the tracks when the train's coming through. Eric Davis, I was thinking, they've stopped him a few times on short plays, but nobody but number 1 was getting that ball wide open for Eric Davis and bulldozing his way to the 16-yard line.
It's always amazing to me in football where you have a running back like this where everybody in the stadium knows exactly what's coming on a play, and he's still able to do his job as well as he's been doing it the last few plays. Does Miller get a chance to throw it here? No, it'll be Davis, and he'll get stopped right at the line. A nice tackle made by Oak Hills, and that was Luke Barkley.
Well, it's just like basketball, right? You're a big basketball guy. Sometimes there's guys on the court where he's getting the ball, but what are you going to do to stop it? Not a whole lot, and that's what's going on with this Lakota East offense right now. They're just giving a little bit of breathing room for Eric Davis, and he's doing the rest.
Clock ticking down. We're around 8 minutes to go in the game right now. Hand off to Davis, and they're just going to keep riding this train, try and get into the end zone. Since Nick Miller has entered the game, they have done nothing except hand the ball to Eric Davis. You would think maybe, even if it's a design, this is going to sound crazy, especially you're not going to do it here on 3rd or 4th down.
Oh, baby. Come on.
But at some point, you feel like maybe you even design a play for Miller to roll out and throw a ball out of bounds. Something to switch things up, at least to bluff as if you're going to do something different. There's Davis again, and it'll be 4th down and 2, because right now, eventually Oak Hills, if they haven't already, they're going to correct what's happening. Davis didn't get a yard there, And now what do you do on 4th down and about 3?
Looks like they're sending the kicking unit out.
Yeah, this is not a bad spot because
Or maybe they're just going heavy. No, they are bringing the kicking unit out.
you get a field goal here, make it 13-10, and another one could tie the game.
Matt Herr. With the hole, number 19, Andy
Matt
Vogelman.
Herr on for the field goal. Snap back, kick is up. A lot of leg on that kick, and it's good. 13-10.
Oak Hills Highlanders 13.
And we were
Thunderhawks
wondering,
10.
Oak Hills didn't go for 2 when they scored their touchdown to make it a 7-point ball game. Now they're up 3 points. Sometimes it doesn't make a whole lot of sense in the moment, but you make it a field goal game right now. Now if you're Oak Hills, you got to get back on the horse. Say, we got to drain this clock down. You're not looking at just draining the clock down. You want to put points on the board. You don't want to, have a foot on the gas and the brake at the same time. You want to keep moving forward.
6:49 left in the game. 13-10. Oak Hills leading Lakota East on senior night.
I will say this, Oak Hills, you got to keep it in the middle of the field. You can't go on the sidelines. You got to keep that clock rolling. Use all that play clock. Get it drained all the way down.
On the field to kick off for the Thunderhawks, Austin Cirabella. Back deep for the Highlanders, number 1, Jacob Day, along with number 88, Elias Wheeler.
Thunderhawks set to kick it away left to right to Oak Hills. And we'll see if Oak Hills can drain the rest of this clock. We've seen Oak Hills have some elongated drives in this game. A few first downs, all 3 timeouts for both teams. Kick going out of bounds, and that'll be great starting field position for Oak Hills.
Yeah, Big Texas just got on the side of that kick, giving Oak Hills great field position. Now let's see what Jackson Schreiber and the Highlanders can do. 6:49 on the clock. In the back of your mind is just a tick, 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 tick. You got to keep the clock moving.
Keep the ball on the ground, force Lakota East to call some timeouts.
They'll take the ball at the 30-yard line to start the drive.
But you've got to keep doing what you've done well to this point.
Highlanders.
And it has been working the sideline. I mean, that's how they've been moving the ball.
Schreiber handing it off on first down, just as we thought they would, and the carry goes right up the middle of the field. That's a
Highlander
6-yard
ball
gain
carrier,
on
number
first
8,
down.
DeMar Parker
DeMar Parker
for the stop for
on the carry.
Thunderhawks, number 5, L.J. Robinson.
L.J. Robinson there on the tackle. And I would
6-yard pickup
hazard a
on the
guess to
play,
say that you're
second
probably
forward
not
for
going to
the
see this
Highlanders.
ball snapped with more than 10 on the play clock the rest of the way for Oak Hills. If they're smart about it, they could take this clock pretty far away down in this game. Schreiber looking out into the flat, has a pass complete to Day. That goes to the sticks. That's a first down and a really nice tackle
Schreiber's pass is
by
complete to
Andy
number 1,
Vogelman.
Jacob
Called his
Day.
name several times tonight. Vogelman in there on the stop.
Coverage for the Thunderhawks,
But now
number
Vogelman is
19,
down, I
Andy
believe.
Vogelman. Play is
Nope.
good for a Highlander
Vogelman
first down.
standing.
Well, Lakota East, will they have to use a timeout here for that injury? Well, I guess we're not too close to the end of this ball game, but
And maybe Hollyman that was down on the field and is still down on the field. Waiting to see to get a better angle to see.
regardless, once this clock starts back up, they're going to be using, 30, 35 seconds every time between snaps.
And no doubt. So we'll step away, take a break, be back in just a minute.
If your AC or furnace is struggling, turn to the experts at Bartels Heating and Cooling. Their certified technicians get the job done right the first time. And if you need a new unit, Bartels will give you upfront pricing with no hidden fees. Plus, ask about Bartels 0% interest financing for 60 months. Learn more at bartelsheatingandcooling.com. Bartels Heating and Cooling, for a comfortable way of life. Eli's Sports Bar and Grill, proudly sponsoring high school football with 3 locations in Mason, Liberty Township, and Ross, Ohio. Our 10-foot screens guarantee a great view from every seat in the house. Eli's Sports Bar and Grill, the best place in Cincinnati for sports, food, and fun. If your AC or furnace is struggling, turn to the experts at Bartels Heating and Cooling. Their certified technicians get the job done right the first time. And if you need a new unit, Bartels will give you upfront pricing with no hidden fees. Plus, ask about Bartels 0% interest financing for 60 months. Learn more at bartelsheatingandcooling.com. Bartels Heating and Cooling, for a comfortable way of life. Eli's Sports Bar and Grill, proudly sponsoring high school football with 3 locations in Mason, Liberty Township, and Ross, Ohio. Our 10-foot screens guarantee a great view from every seat in the house. Eli's Sports Bar and Grill, the best place in Cincinnati for sports, food, and fun.
Highlander ball carrier number 8, DeMar Parker. The tackle for the Thunderhawks, number 87, Parker Elam.
First down carry for 3 yards for Oak Hills out of the injury timeout. Neither team charged with a timeout on that play. So it'll be 2nd down and 7 from the 47-yard line. Rolling out right, Schreiber looking, has a man, and the pass is complete for a first down. How many times tonight has Schreiber been able to roll out and find a man? And in particular, it's Kyle Toon yet again.
Yeah, rolling out to his right side, throwing side, doesn't have to turn the hips, looks downfield. Beautiful throw on the run, leads Toon, stays in bounds, which is probably more important. Yeah. What did surprise me before that play, there was still 18 seconds left on the play clock before they snapped that. You got to bleed that thing down to single digits.
Yeah, if you're the coaching staff, that's something to have a conversation about. You shouldn't be snapping this ball with any more than 2 or 3 seconds on the play clock. Right now you're at 7, 6. There's the play, and it runs out to the middle. Right over the Thunderhawk logo, and that'll go for a couple.
Parker.
That's Parker on the carry, the junior. Had a nice night tonight. And we'll see this clock go under 4 minutes the next time the ball is snapped on the 2nd and 5 play.
Tick, 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 tick. That's what Oak Hills is thinking. Keep moving the chains. Win this game.
Second down and 5 from the 41. Hand off to Parker. That goes for a pickup of 4 to the 37-yard line. It'll be 3rd and short. This is a huge play in this game because this is a long yard. We're not talking about 3rd and inches.
3rd and 1 for the Highlanders.
3rd and 1.
This is bend or break here, right?
Yeah, no doubt, because if you're Lakota East, you got to stop here. Potentially for Oak Hills, you could get a first down, just try and win the game on a first down.
Is this 4-down territory for Oak Hills, though?
I wouldn't hate it.
2 downs to ice this game.
But the other decision there would be making Lakota East just try to run the ball, but it doesn't matter because that's a first down. And that gets over the 35-yard line to the 34. That's Parker again on the carry. I was going to say, you punt the ball away and you make Davis just try and run that ball the rest of the game for Lakota East, but it doesn't matter. That's a first down. And now the clock is ticking under 3 minutes. We're down to 2:40 and counting.
Now you're Lakota East. You're wondering, you got to start using these timeouts, right? After this play.
Yep.
Big stop here on first down. And you got to start peppering these timeouts.
Parker right there with Schreiber. Parker gets the ball. And a good stop from Lakota East.
Number 8, Tamara Parker.
Only a pickup of 1, and I believe there is the timeout.
Wyatt Pleasant.
Lakota.
Timeout taken by East with 2:11 left. That's their first timeout of the second half. They have 2 remaining. And they are laying it on the line here. Lakota East going for it to try and get these stops, get the ball back, and Tyre take the lead. But Oak Hills can essentially win the game with a first down.
Yeah, you got to wonder what you're drawing up here. You've had so much success working on the perimeter if you're Oak Hills, but you've got to keep the ball obviously in the middle of the field. You give the ball to Schreiber, let him cook, keep the ball in play, and you got to make East burn these timeouts.
Keep the ball on the ground, but like I said, first down could win you the game. Second down and 9. Only a pickup of 1 on that first down carry for Parker.
For what it's worth, it is 4 down territory for Oak Hills, right, on the field?
I would say so. Not kicking
unless it's 4th and 9, 4th and 10.
2:11. The carry for Parker right up the middle. It won't be a first down. He'll only get 3 yards on the play out to the 30-yard line, and that'll force another Lakota timeout.
So here's that lead blocker really just pushing Big Texas off the play.
So just 1 timeout remaining for Lakota East. The Thunderhawks can get a stop on this play. Flips the momentum of the game. Gives the home team on senior night a chance to go down and Tyre take the lead. Wouldn't have a lot of time to do it. They would only have, well, they will probably be out of timeouts in that situation. And for a team that has relied solely on the legs of Eric Davis since their quarterback went out, Sandhar went out in this second half, and we have not seen Lakota East do anything except hand the ball to Eric Davis since he went out.
The question is, if you're Oak Hills, you're Coach Roden, do you drop back Jackson Schreiber telling him, go through your progressions, see if we get something over the middle of the field? But by no means do you make a risky play, do you make a risky pass. We need to get the ball. We need to get that clock ticking. We need to use that final timeout.
It's a play for the game here. First down could win it for Oak Hills. They're going to pass, rolling out left. Schreiber going to run for it for the game. He gets the first down, and a massive hit. The ball came out. The ball came out, and that would have been what Lakota East needed. The ball came out, but it was a first down recovered by Oak Hills, and that should all but seal it.
Look at this hit on the QB. Wow, just sandwiched his helmet. Just a little bit of whiplash there on Schreiber. You love to see him up. He's a ball player. But I'll tell you what, if this was a college NFL game with a lot of, national TV eyes, you wouldn't be surprised to see a flag thrown on it. But that's what I'm saying. You give the ball, you put the ball in Jackson Schreiber's hands. You say, hey, you're going to roll out. You're going to win us this game. Don't do anything dumb. Number 1 play on this rollout is you're running the ball. If someone's wide open downfield, yes, you can dump it off to him.
You can see the emotion from some of these Lakota East players knowing that that'll do it for this game. Oak Hills can take a knee and finish it out. The Highlanders come on the road and they get it done. 13-10 here up in Liberty Township. All but a formality now. 4 seconds on the play clock. Maybe take the timeout. 1:04 left in this game. It will only take 2 kneels from Oak Hills to finish this off, which means that Lakota East will fall to 3-6 on the season. Oak Hills will improve to 4-5, and this gives Oak Hills an opportunity Next week, try and finish the season with a win and a 500 record. They will be playing at home next Friday night against Middletown.
Yeah, what about Coach Roden calling a timeout here to tell his team, hey, look, we got to kneel this out. This isn't a situation that Oak Hills as a program has been in too often over the past few years to where, yeah, we got to talk over this whole kneeling it down thing. Just, I don't know if they'll take a shotgun underneath, but more importantly, you know, you talk with Coach Roden a few weeks ago. They played Princeton, and they were looking at that game saying, all right, let's give it our best effort. But really, these final 3 weeks of the year, this is what we're looking for. Can we get 3 wins going into the postseason? Can we finish the regular season 5-5? After tonight, they'll be 4-5. Chance to play Middletown next week to get a 500 record, get a decent seed in the postseason. Building something right down there on the west side of Cincinnati. That's what Coach Roden's doing. These Highlanders are in great hands.
That ball, a low snap, skidded across the ground.
Schreiber takes the knee in the backfield.
Schreiber takes the knee.
Highlanders.
Can wait a few seconds, and Lakota's going to take their final timeout of the game.
I don't think Coach Haynes calls the timeout there if that was a good snap. I mean, they're just taking knees at this point, but he's saying, all right, well, if you're going to give us, show us, we might have an opportunity to get the ball back at least.
Interesting that they don't do that under center.
Well, you see more and more teams, it's what you're familiar to, right? If you're taking shotgun snaps the entire time, if you're taking shotgun snaps the entire ball game, you don't go under center to take the knee. That's something that your center's not familiar with. It's something your quarterback's not familiar with. You don't want them to goof up the snap, so you just tell them, hey, we'll take an extra 3-yard loss on the QB kneel. Just snap it the way you always do.
Schreiber will go back out there with 56 seconds left, so it'll take 2 more to knee this out. Can finish it on 3rd down. Here's the snap. That one right to him. And it'll take 1 more.
3rd down, Highlanders.
As I mentioned, Lakota East is going to fall to 3-6. They will finish their season at Fairfield Alumni Stadium next Friday, taking on Fairfield.
Coming into this year, Lakota East, they knew they graduated so much from a season ago. Charlie Kenrich, just a name, one big name. He's playing out at Purdue right now. But it's a tough season that they've had. The big loss at home against Princeton early on. The loss here against Oak Hills. But, man, Oak Hills turning it around. Getting a program sweep last week against the Hamilton Big Blue. And starting it off right here on this Friday night to go 4-5 and get a big win over Lakota East, who finished 2nd in the GMC a season ago.
Oak Hills comes on the road to Liberty Township, wins this one by a final score of 13-10. So for everybody here at Chatterbox Sports, for Casey McCollister, our producer to my left, for Reed Mouse, I'm Paul Fritchner signing off. We'll see you once more next Friday night for our final game of the week of the regular season on Chatterbox Sports. Thanks for spending your Friday evening with us, everybody. Have a great weekend.